Hey, everybody, this is Josh, the 99 Know-It-All, coming to you today on game 163 day. The Brewers just beat the Cubs, and the Dodgers and Rockies actually just started. I think they're in the top of the first, bottom of the first, something like that. It's on the TV in the other room, so I got it going. But I want to take a few minutes and do a video on yesterday, kind of the final day for a few players, or at least the presumed final day for a few players. And that's why, even though today is awesome, I love the fact that there are two one-game playoffs. I'm still a little bummed because there were a few players yesterday that I really respect, love, would like to keep watching, but at the same time, I know that athletes in any sport can't play forever. Baseball does take a beating on the body, and so there's a few guys who are probably going to call it quits. It sure seemed like, with the way their teams were reacting, the way they were giving them opportunities to be celebrated, that their careers are done. And I want to go through a few of the guys, pay a little respect to them, and I'll kind of give my opinion as to whether or not I think they're going to be Hall of Famers. So right off the bat, the very first one, and this is playing for I think since 2004. He came up as a catcher, one of the best catchers of this era, and that's Joe Mauer. This guy was unbelievable. His ability to control the game behind the plate, but also as a hitter. I mean, he barely struck out. It feels like he would come to the plate and you knew he was going to make contact. In fact, I'm pretty sure that when he was in high school, he only struck out like one time an entire season, like his senior year. So this guy knows how to make contact. Had a great career. His career batting average is 306, and he has over 2,100 hits. So Joe Mauer, one of the best Twins in history, one of the best catchers in history, in my opinion. I think the fact that he has an over 300 batting average, has over 2,000 hits, I think he's a Hall of Famer. Now, I know that 2,000 hits is not going to be spectacular. The 3,000 hit club is the big number, the 500 home runs. Mauer doesn't have those, but at the same time, we all know that catchers take a beating. We know that catchers, their longevity is not going to be as long as a second baseman, a shortstop, things like that. And so we know that, their numbers are going to be a little bit less. But I think Mauer is definitely a Hall of Famer. He has an MVP. He's got, I think, 6 All-Star game appearances. That's pretty impressive for a catcher. And I know that later on in his career, he did move to first base a lot more because of concussions, which, once again, while catchers don't have long lifespans behind the plate because of the injury factor, I still think that what he did and the stats he put up are worthy of the Hall of Fame. And I think the way the Twins sent him out yesterday was amazing. He had to go to a first base where his daughters were there waiting for him to give him a hug, give him a kiss. They ran off. He played in the 9th inning. Mauer got to catch. And that was really cool to see him come out there in gear. The way the fans, his teammates, the other team was just cheering him on. You could tell it was difficult for him. He knew it was the end, and I'm sad to see him go. He's one of the good guys of baseball, and so it's a little sad to see him go. But at the same time, that's part of baseball. This guy's moving on. Another guy who announced a couple weeks ago that he was done, that his season was going to be his last. That was Victor Martinez. Victor's had a great career. He has 2,000 hits as well, 295 batting average. His WAR, which I don't necessarily put a lot of stock in WAR, but I do follow it a little bit, is only like 32, where Mauer's I think is like 55. So there's a difference there. I don't think Victor Martinez was ever the defensive star that Mauer was. And Victor did tend to be a lot more of a DH and a lot more of a first baseman, I think, in the end. But he's still a great career. I mean, there are hundreds and thousands of players who would give anything to have a career like Victor Martinez. So Victor went out with the Tigers. It was, another great player. Just his time was up. He knew it, and chose to go on. And he actually didn't have a horrible year. He batted 250 and had 9 home runs. That's not horrible for your final year. The next guy, and this guy is one of my favorites of all time. He, in my opinion, is the best defensive third baseman that we've seen in who knows how long, and that is Adrian Beltre. I love Adrian Beltre. The guy is legit funny. He has a great relationship with Felix Hernandez of the Mariners, they're best friends. And so I'm going to miss seeing him out there because he plays with a different level of passion and fun. And although he's serious, he's also really goofy and just he's amazing. And he is once again a surefire Hall of Famer like Mauer, in my opinion. He has over 3,000 hits, 477 home runs. Come on, it's a no-brainer. His defense alone makes him worthy of the Hall of Fame. But the things he could do, you add in the offensive numbers, just even better. But here's the thing that surprised me. I was looking through his career, and he only made the All-Star team 4 times. 4 times did he make the All-Star team. He started playing in '98. 20 years in Major League Baseball, a guy who's going to be a Hall of Famer and only made the All-Star game 4 times. That just blows my mind. In fact, I think it was 2004. He was second he was second in the MVP race. Didn't make the All-Star game. So, for whatever reason, I don't know. I know there's lots of great third basemen who've been playing over the years, but still, Adrian Beltre only 4 All-Star games. That blows my mind a little bit. I didn't realize that until I looked at the stats to see that I don't want to say snubbed because, I think he was one of those players who would kind of start slow and then pick it up mid-season into the season. And if that's the case, that explains a little bit, but still, I mean, the guy had, was top 10 in MVP 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Only made, All-Star game 4 times. So, whatever reason, he didn't make it, but he's still a Hall of Famer. He's going to, get a chance to give his speech to, go to Cooperstown. He is definitely a Hall of Famer. Not even a shred of doubt in my mind on that one. The fourth guy I want to talk about really quickly is not a Hall of Famer in terms of ability, but in terms of just bringing fun to the game. He might be one of the best, and that's Hunter Pence. Now, I don't know if Hunter Pence will play next year. I know he's pretty much done with the Giants. I'm assuming he's going to retire. He had a rough year, only batted like .226 this year. So, definitely not the Hunter Pence of old guy who, bat 280, 290. But Hunter Pence is still Hunter Pence. The guy is awesome. The guy has so much fun doing what he does on the field and off the field. He just wants to have fun. He wants to enjoy life, it seems like. And, it's going to be sad seeing him no longer on the field because he's a guy who, crazy things happen around him. I mean, I still remember the World Series where he hit the ball 3 times on one swing, which, once again, first of all, the camera work on that was amazing, to be able to see the ball bounce off the bat 3 times. But, it's things like that Hunter Pence just did. He was just there and a part of everything that was, if it was weird in baseball, odds are Hunter Pence was probably a part of it in the last 10, 15 years. So, the guy had a good career. He only had 1,700 hits, only 1,700 hits. Once again, you're talking about a number that most ball players would give anything to have. So he had a good career. It's sad to see him go if he has done just like the rest of the guys. But, he's had fun. And what can you say other than that? You got Pence, Beltre, I think even Mauer. They have fun. They went out there, they had fun. A lot of people saw them as guys who were relaxed, but yet still competitive. And that's huge. That's huge. So 4 guys are going to be missed. Obviously, there's a lot of other guys who are retiring. David Wright with the Mets. Sad to see him go with all the injuries and stuff. That guy was amazing. But there's a lot of other guys who, they may have played their last game yesterday. And a few guys who, might end up playing their last games in the playoffs. Chase Utley is done if he gets on the playoff roster, which I would assume so, but I can't guarantee it. You never know with, he didn't have the greatest of seasons, but he's still a big key guy in the, on the bench, that type of stuff. But, Utley's career is going to be done this year. So there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to move on and, probably talk about them some more later on. Definitely Utley as a season, I think as the playoffs end, probably take a little time to talk about him and his impact on the game. But it's just sad to see the guys go. But once again, today is one day where it's sad because guys are leaving, but it's super exciting because you got the 1-game playoffs. Like I said, Brewers just beat the Cubs. Brewers are scary. I think if I do my picks tonight for the playoffs, I'm going to have to really think about the Brewers as my World Series champion. I don't know. I really lean towards the AL, the Astros, the Red Sox, the Yankees as being the teams that I think are the most likely to win it all. But man, I'm not going to sleep on the Brewers. They are a scary team, offensively, defensively. Their bullpen is stacked. So I don't know, but it's fun. Tomorrow the playoffs officially start with the National League wild card. It will be the Cubs hosting either the Dodgers or the Rockies. The game's going on right now, like I said. I'll probably get back to that. In fact, it's commercial at the moment, so I'm still good to go. But it's fun. This is what baseball is all about. It's about excitement. It's about celebrating guys who've had great careers. It's about celebrating the playoffs. About just celebrating the game. And I will admit, yesterday at the end of the day, I was just sitting on the couch, relaxing. Thinking about today's games, and then I realized the baseball season is done. It's just postseason now, and it kind of hit me. I was kind of like, dang, this season went by way too fast. I'm going to miss it. I'm already ready for next year, but the good news is I'm going to Phoenix in a week and a half for some Arizona Fall League. Going to watch some awesome baseball down there. Also going to the Arizona Senior Fall Classic, which is for high school seniors who are trying to get recruited to Division I schools, four-year schools, or be drafted. So I'm excited to go down there and see that. I'm going to watch Baseball Northwest. They're sending 2 teams down. Also going to hopefully catch up with a friend of the 99 Know-It-All crew, and that's Eddie Smith, who former coach for Lower Columbia, now an assistant coach for Tulane. So I'm pumped to hopefully catch up with him for a few minutes, get an interview, and just talk baseball with some great minds, some great people down there. So, and enjoy the weather. Hopefully it's nice. It's starting to rain here in Washington. I want some more sunshine. So if you guys are in Phoenix area on October 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, I will be in the area. I'm sure I'll be tweeting out where I'm at or Instagramming. So if you're down there, check it out. Find me. Come talk to me. I will have on 90 Know-It-All gear every day. That's just what I'm going to wear down there. I've got enough shirts to last me for 2 weeks if I had to. So check it out. Go down there, find me, say hello, talk a little baseball. Just what I want to do. So guys, with that, I try to get this going pretty quick because honestly, once again, Dodgers Rockies are playing, and my daughter is napping right now, so I can actually watch the game and just enjoy it without her saying Mickey Mouse, which is her favorite show to watch. So I'm Josh, and I know it all. Have a good day, guys. Go watch the Dodgers Rockies.